WTOL 11 Sports presents Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. Your dreams await. And by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Doing it different, doing it right. By Frickers, the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. By PT Link Physical Therapy. Feel the difference and get relief now. By Renewal by Anderson. Anderson Window Muscle. Local 419 Hustle. By Absolute Mobile Glass. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it faster. Absolutely. And by Schrader Tire and Oil. We keep the transportation industry rolling and safe. Now, here's Tyler Segerman.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Week 9 of Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. We are 2 weeks away from postseason football kicking off, which means playoff positioning stands at the center of attention. So much to be decided in that realm, and we'll certainly have a clearer picture going into the regular season finale next week. But tonight, we begin with the quest for a Northern Lakes League Buckeye Division Championship. Really a two-horse race as it stood entering the evening. Whitmer and Perrysburg both unbeaten in league play, but the Jackets had to line up against rival Anthony Wayne, a series that has gone back and forth. Battle for the Mommy Cannon. Generals have won the last two meetings, and we're looking to play spoiler tonight on the road. We picked this one up in the third quarter. Perrysburg in the red zone. Brady Maxwell going to keep it himself. Fights toward the goal line, but gets up just short. So next play, or a few plays later, it's Liam Nowakowski to fight his way across the goal line. That indeed scores, and Perrysburg extends their lead to 21-3. Fourth quarter, Generals in the red zone themselves, looking to mount a comeback. Porter Brungart here going to drop back. Eventually gets pressured by the Jackets defense, and eventually it's going to get picked off by Hayden Knobloch. Jackets keeping Anthony Wayne out of the end zone all night long. Perrysburg getting their first win over Anthony Wayne since 2022. Here's Chase Bachman with more from the victorious Yellow Jacket.
Well, Tyler, after a couple of years with Anthony Wayne, Perrysburg gets the cannon back. The Yellow Jackets defense was terrific tonight. They held Anthony Wayne to just 3 points, and so Perrysburg gets their first win in the rivalry series since 2022.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome. This is such a great rivalry, man, built on mutual respect and really good football, and, unbelievably happy for our kids and our student body. And this is just a lot of fun, and, we're going to enjoy the heck out of this tonight.
Our defense played amazing. We had a couple rough patches on offense. I did not play my best game, nowhere near at all. I definitely can't play like that if we want to have the goals we're going to have, but if we can have a defense like that and a team like that that just fights for each other and doesn't let up, we can do some special things.
Perrysburg is now the only undefeated team left in the NLL Buckeye Division, so even if they lose next week to Whitmer, they'd get at least a share of the NLL Buckeye Division title. Reporting from Steinecker Stadium, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11.
Thank you, Chase. In Oregon, the other half of that equation, as he mentioned, seeking to set up that monster showdown next week. Whitmer battling Clay for that jug right there, and it would be the Panthers striking first. Very first play on offense, Carter Bourne rolling out, makes a man miss, and then drops a dime into the hands of Brandon Waddell for a 30-yard connection. Whitmer quickly on top. Eagles, though, did not back down from this fight. Landon Eckelberry on the QB keeper has nothing but green turf in front of him. He, too, connects from 30 yards, and we're all even at 7 apiece. Defense played a big part in this outcome. Whitmer looking to jump back in front, but Corey Bobbs pops the ball free. There's Colin Greenwald scooping it up. He's off to the races. Doesn't quite make it, but Clay still celebrating as they indeed get the win tonight. A huge one, 29-28. Wow. To Fremont we go. NLL Cardinal Division title game taking place. First place Little Giants scoring off against first place Napoleon. And this game would go by fast. That's because no points are scored until the 3:15 mark in the fourth quarter. Hayden Grohl finally breaks through and gets the Wildcats on the board. That would be the only score because the Little Giants then now looking at ensuing possession. Braylon Garza going to try and buy some time. Eventually, he gets dragged down by George Eggers for a huge sack. So now we go to fourth down. Little Giants trying to make miracle happen. Garza going to scramble to his right, looking downfield. Eventually, the ball, though, gets batted down and incomplete, and that's the ball game. Napoleon, in a tight one, wins the NLL Cardinal Division by the final of 7-0. Here's Steve Iwanek with more from Fremont.
Well, if you were not here in Fremont tonight, I can summarize the theme of the game with 3 simple letters. R-U-N. Run the football. That is what we saw all night long, and Napoleon did it just a bit better than the Little Giants as the Wildcats are NLL Cardinal Division title winners in a low-scoring affair, 7-0. 3-0.
Hey, guess what? That's awesome. You know, it's great for these kids, the community, the school. You know, they've worked extremely hard, and they deserve it. There's not a more deserving group than these kids right here. We just told them, you know, if we can just get hats on hats, we'll gain some yards, and we just need a drive. And that's all it took one drive, and our defense continues to play really well. And you know, and that turns out to be good things.
We just had to keep harping on our line, and everyone on the team. They did amazing. We got to keep the right mindset. We can't give up on ourselves. We got to keep pushing the whole game, and that's how we got the job done tonight.
So once again, not the prettiest of wins, but Napoleon, it doesn't matter when it comes to clinching a division title. The Wildcats are the NLL Cardinal Division title winners this year. Once again, final score 7-0 here in Fremont, Ross. Here in Fremont, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.
Appreciate it, Steve. Speaking of championship matchups, how about the Waite Indians putting themselves in position for its first league crown since 1963, facing a tough test in line, the senior, though, who jumped on top early, but Davion Holman says, that's okay, I can get us the ball back. Senior safety picks it off, it heads the other way. Thought he might go the distance, but eventually he'll run out of real estate here. No points, however, would come off that turnover. So the defense back to work and back to wreaking havoc. Quarterback in trouble, and Braden Love swallows him up for the sack. Nifty effort there. Spartans, though, prove too much as they pull away for the win, 44-7. It's now time for our fan cam, and up first, homecoming at Springfield High School. Great pick here from Tay, and I believe that's quarterback Logan Goodrick earning the crown there as homecoming king. Congrats. Then we have some love for the Fremont Ross Band, players included. Always cool to see student athletes handle multiple duties on a Friday night. Thanks to Emily for sending that in. How about Patrick Henry? Patriots running out in its home regular season finale. They grab a shutout over Swan tonight, 47-0. Thank you to Andrea Delgado for that video. And finally, everyone can appreciate this. A big man touchdown. Jet Linton, the senior offensive lineman, with a moment he'll never forget, powering his way across the goal line for a score. Gibsonburg did a lot of that tonight, putting up 69 against Willard for the victory. Appreciate all of you guys for submitting tonight. Keep it up and keep it going next week. Again, one last look here. Jet Linton getting in the score. Love it. We've reached our first break in the show, but don't worry, so plenty more to get to, including a good old-fashioned Glass City rivalry. Those highlights and more still to come. Thank you to the Genoa cheerleaders. Welcome back. Well, let's get right into it, shall we? The battle for the Irish night taking place at Gallagher Stadium. 2005 state championship Central Catholic team honored at half, and they would love this. 31-0 already in the third, and Jeremiah Fuller going to add to it. The punt return to the house, his third touchdown of the night, adds 6 more for the Central Catholic Fighting Irish, and Knights looking to provide something on offense, trying to erase that donut, but the defense coming in relentless. Elijah Haney making the quarterback pay there, and here we go, running clock now, game winding down. How about this? Greg Dempsey's son, Drew Dempsey, taking the snap and drops a dime to David Yarborough, who makes the catch. Central Catholic goes on to get the shutout win, 40-0, but what a moment there for the Dempsey family. Here's Noel Blumel with more from the victorious Irish.
Tonight marked 22 straight wins for Central Catholic in the battle for the Irish night, but this one meant a little more to head coach Greg Dempsey. He actually told me he has photos of both of his sons as babies next to the trophy, and seeing them suit up, take the field, and hold it as players tonight is a full circle moment he won't forget.
It's always, you don't always get to enjoy dad moments as a head coach, and both my boys got to, get on the field tonight and play, and my senior son and sophomore going at the end, and there were some RPO things that showed where he was able to throw the ball, so he's happy. But it was proud of me to get to watch him. But I'm just really proud of this team.
It started off with my linemen always. They open the holes for me, I just take off. I have to put on for all my people that here that come to watch. I got to put on show for them too.
A donut always feels good. It does. The defense, we came together. We stuffed the run. Block passes. What more can you ask for?
Central Catholic is now 5-4 on the season and will face Mona Shores next week. But for now, reporting from Gallagher Stadium, Noel Blumel, WTOL 11.
Thank you, Noel. Northern Buckeye Conference, we shift. First place Genoa looking to clinch at least a share of its first title since 2018. And they get a huge play early on in this one here. The give is to Alex Materney. He finds the hole, and then boom, he's off to the races. Zipping and zooming and tumbling and rumbling. 74 yards to score. Comets up 7-0 just like that. Fostoria, though, with an impressive answer on their drive. all on the ground as well. Xavier Wilmar is going to fight his way into combat territory here, and then later he's going to bounce it outside. Despite getting face mashed, check out the end of this play. Gets a face full of face, yet still scores, but it's Genoa who celebrates the victory tonight. 49-7 the final. Over in Pemberville, Eastwood hosting Lake, and let's jump right into the highlights here. Luthard connection, Drew to Braden, always sealed. There it is, 20 yards, Eagles up 35-0, and the Eastwood offense continues to roll. Here's Luthard again, this time finding Edmund Opfer on the screen. He'll break a tackle at midfield and shows off the speed, and there he goes. Thought he might be gone, but eventually gets tackled down. No worries though, Eastwood in control after the quarter change. They flip sides, and it's Logan Brown here going to punch it in and cap off the drive. Eagles go on to roll 42-7 the final tonight in Pemberville. Sticking with the NBC, massive playoff implications in this matchup. Mommy and Oak Harbor both trying to stay on the right side of that postseason bubble. First quarter we go. Rockets with the rock, and Braden Porath going to roll to his left, fires a dart to Cooper Schultz, who loses his defender and eventually takes it 50-plus yards into Panther territory before being dragged out. Then later in the drive, it's the other QB, Brandon Butson. There, low on his shoulder, barrels over the defender, and he's, for the score. Panthers, though, would show some life on their next drive. Here is Ben Cubitz going to find Travis Garrett on 4th down, who makes one heck of a catch. Check that out. Don't know how he brought that in, but he did. It would be the Rockets, though, in this one in a shootout, 60-36. They get the win. One more quick stoppage before we wrap this show up. Still to come, a check-in with Toledo Christian. Eagles on a surge and aiming to continue that tonight. Stay tuned.
You're watching Big Board Friday!
Thank you to the Clay Marching Band. Welcome back. When Toledo Christian made the move to return to OHSAA competition, they knew the transition wouldn't come easy. An 0-3 start to the year backed that up. Since then, though, Andrew Skills and his Eagles have rattled off 5 straight wins, 5, bumping them into a playoff spot. Would they be able to stay there tonight? It would be the battle of the Eagles at Bowser High School. TC welcoming in Fremont, the second Indiana team they face this year. Opening quarter, TC on defense. Fremont's quarterback rolling out to his left, gets pressured by the defense, has no choice but to throw it away. So great effort there from the Eagles. They get the ball back. So here we go. Josh Winkler passing down to Josiah Hillrich, who makes a great grab. Tough night, though, for the offense as they go on to fall tonight, 40-7 the final. Ottawa Hills playing host to its home finale. Green Bears tangling with the Eagles from Erie Mason tonight. Nickel Fineski here going to take the snap for the Ottawa Hills Green Bears. He'll hand it off to John Denny, who makes his way into the end zone untouched. There you go, OH on the board. Then later it's more from the Green Bears, this time on defense. Erie Mason going to look to pass, but Will Hickey showing no mercy, makes his way to the quarterback, and there is a great looking sack. Green Bears will later get the ball back just 1 yard from the end zone, and here is Ian Densmore there punching it in, and Ottawa Hills with a big-time victory, 56-8, the final. Well, let's shift to the college ranks. Toledo Rockets football is rich in history, so anytime a player can break through as the first to do so warrants attention. Yet for redshirt freshman Matt Hofer, it's not a stat that has set him apart, but a call to service in helping others.
Jack, that's the one I want. Continuously just praying and seeking open doors to be able to go continue to grow my call and serve other people.
Whether preparing meals for the homeless or preparing for a game in a Rockets uniform, Matt Hofer is focused on helping others.
When I heard about it, I almost thought, man, it's kind of crazy that there's an award just because we're football players and that we've done like what I think God's called us to do. But at the end of the day, I'm extremely humble. I'm thankful for it.
Last month, he landed on the All-State AFCA Good Works team for his missionary work and community service. He's the youngest player on the national award list and the first from UT to be recognized.
In athletics, we say the same thing of go all out. You don't know when your last day is going to be. And for me, with missions, with service, with all these things that I do, I just want to continue to empty the tank.
All right, I got you. Having a good day?
From Indiana to the Glass City and far beyond, this student-athlete continues to make a positive impact wherever he can.
I've always grown up kind of having that servant attitude, but when I was 16 years old, that's when the real cross-cultural and mission aspect came along with it.
Powered by faith, Hofer has found purpose in spreading his service, which has taken him to places like Kenya and the Philippines.
We didn't have a whole lifetime. We didn't have a month or a year to be with them. So whatever I could give them, I just wanted to be able to give them and say, hey, Jesus loves you. we love you. We want to serve you in whatever way is possible.
In downtown Toledo, he enjoys spending time at Cherry Street Mission.
That's a nice shirt right there. Looks pretty. It looks good with your eyes.
Making food and offering smiles.
Hey, how can we celebrate together? Hey, how can I mourn with you? And you get to learn these people's names, you get to hear these people's stories, and then eventually, for some of them, it's been a blessing to see them go on.
And while football offers a great platform, he's inspired to share his quest for ministry and volunteerism with those around him.
But I'm really hoping that can be that impact. That can not just end with me.
Awesome opportunity to meet him. And here's how you at home can help. Hofer is one of 23 individuals up for the 2025 award. To vote for him, simply go to ESPN.com/Allstate and select his name. Voting runs through November 10th. Well, that's going to do it for another edition of Big Board Friday. Congratulations to Montpelier High School for winning our mascot challenge. If you missed any of the highlights or want to rewatch the show again, WTL11.com is the place to go. Always a pleasure. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone. We'll see you next time for Week 10, the regular season finale. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend.